Hello. Hello, everyone. Hi. Anna Walker here with StabThingsIntoExistence.com. Welcome to my little corner of the studio where I have sort of recovered from today for the past couple of hours, despite a quick trip to pick up apples to trap a groundhog. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, it's been a day. We said goodbye to my sweet Aunt Isla today, and it was a blessing to connect with so many cousins that I hadn't seen for a long time. That's one of the things that I'm looking forward to now that I'm back in Iowa, and I want to, get those cousin relationships established really kind of for the first time for the Campbell side of the family. We didn't get together as much as the Lounsbury side of the family did, so I'm looking forward to encouraging and building those connections with some of my cousins. And one of them gave me some really good ideas for fixing the mower that has been on the car jack and with blocks around it for over 48 hours, and the stubborn nuts wouldn't go. So Mom called my Uncle Kenny. Thank you, Uncle Kenny, for getting those nuts off and letting me put the new blades on. This farm girl stuff is intense. Can get tough. You get dirty. You take showers like all the time to clean up from being outside. Anyway, I digress. City girl, think of Ava Gabor in Green Acres. Green Acres is the place to be. No, not for me. I'm not quite the New York girl that Ava was, but yeah, getting used to this country life is going to be interesting. But anyway, the day started with saying goodbye to my Aunt Isla and a lovely lunch with my cousins and uncles and aunts, and then we came home and we started in on the mower and we got that going, and Mom was in her happy place and got the front part of the 3 acres mowed while I came down to the basement and figured out how I'm going to finish this most recent painting. So now we're talking about felting stuff. What the felt? What's a Felt tonight is all about how I'm going to back this most recent painting. Now I'm going to show you what I have used and what I'm going to try now. So you get me with a little bit of makeup, mascara, earrings on tonight. Ooh, fancy. And nothing fell off or, got ruined while I was, leaning under this mower for an hour putting on the new blades. So I'm going to turn the camera down and I'm going to show you what's going on. So this is the painting, the back side of the painting that I'm going to finish. You can probably guess which painting it is. It's the most recent one I've been working on, but I want to put backing on it. Now, generally speaking, I would take a fabric like this sheet material and I would fold over the edges, and then I would use some ultra heat and bond to fuse it to the back of the piece. I have that, and I could do that. I mean, I've got the fabric ready right here, but I also found something that I forgot that I had purchased. You guys never do that, right? That I've been wanting to try, and this is the perfect time to try it. And it is 376 fusible buckram. Now, buckram is a starched cotton, and this one can be fused on. So I am going to give this a try on the back of this felt painting. I've got sort of a loose idea of the size, but I am going to trim it a bit while I'm right here. And the buckram is rather foldy, so I can make a little bit of a crease in it, and it holds that crease nicely. So I can get my scissors in here and just trim that up. And then I'll do the same on the side so that we've got this pretty much covered from side to side. You see I'm leaving just, well, maybe you can't see. Should I go up a little bit more? Leaving just a little bit of an edge all the way around. This side doesn't have that edge, so I need to gently fold this over. I want to keep it as square as I can. So I'm going to make sure that this end is squared off. And it just goes down to about right there. And that will work beautifully. So I'm going to trim this off. The reason I like to back my pieces with some sort of fusible is to make sure that I've got a solid connection on any of the hand stitching that I've done, any extra little threads that are hanging loose from that hand stitching, any beading that I've done to sort of lock those pieces into place. And this is a little rough, so sorry, I gotta make this nice. Just even this up so it doesn't have those jags in it. There we go. All right, so I have the piece pretty squared. It fits my painting nicely, and now I'm gonna get this wet. So I'm gonna talk to you while I run over here to the sink and hope that Mom doesn't think that I'm yelling for her, because I'm not. Oh, I have to grab over this. I found something better to use. Microfiber towels for the win, always. I had forgotten that the instructions said we needed a damp cloth. So grab one of my microfiber towels, take it to the sink, and let's heat up the iron, and let's see if this fusible is going to work as nicely as I think it might. So, reading the instructions on the back, I need my iron set on the wool setting. It'll take just a moment to heat up. And then, like any fusible, whether it's with a wet cloth or not, you always want to, you're not pressing and ironing. You're laying it down and you're letting the heat definitely penetrate so that you can get that fusible to take. What's happening is the heat from the iron is heating up the glue that's on the underside of this and allowing it to connect with the back side of the painting, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We're going to see how this works. As I said, this is my first time working with the fusible buckram, but when I saw it on sale for something like half price or 60% off, I was like, yeah, I can use that. You guys don't do that, do you? It's only us crazy felters that do things like that, right? Nah, I know it's what we all do when we are creative. We find tools that we think, uh-oh, well, that's interesting. So let's try it. And I'm buckling up underneath because I've got too much heat. This is fun. Let's see what I can put underneath here to give us a little insulation from the heat. You can see my mat is not happy with the heat that's coming down, and I haven't found my pressing mat yet. Oh, the hazards of moving and changing things around. They hit us all, don't they? All right, so this has got a lot of heat in it, a lot of moisture in it, I'm sorry. I'm going to see if I can get that fusible to connect. All right, I am not terribly hopeful for this. It may be that wool is not the happy material for this particular product. So I may indeed go back to my previous, which was using a regular fabric and heat and bond instead of this buckram. Yeah, I am not terribly impressed here. Sorry, fusible buckram. You're letting me down a little bit. Yeah, this is not sticking at all. Look at that. You can still see the fusible not even engaged. Can you see that sparkly bit? Okay, I am calling this nope, this didn't work. So we're gonna go a different direction, which means that once this dries, I will get my fabric and I will go back to my previously used process and we will try again. But obviously the fusible buckram, not the product I had hoped that it was going to be. Shocker. But you know what, we don't find these things out until we try. So, you know, when I looked at it, I thought, fusible buckram, crisp fusible cotton stiffener, can be easily shaped, used in hats, handbags, draperies, home decor. And the instructions, it's like, I'm thinking, you know, this would work, but it hasn't. I mean, it did not even begin to, and I had it on the right heat setting. I mean, it was so hot, my measuring mat was buckling up. You guys saw that. So, fusible buckram, not going to work for my purposes, but may indeed work for your purposes. And it's entirely possible. They do say test on the fabric that you're going to use this, as some fabrics it won't work with. I'm guessing if I tried this buckram on a plain cotton fabric, it would be great. So, you know, like cuffs or maybe a collar of a shirt or a belt or a bag or something, I'll bet it would work just fine, but it does not like wool. So, there we are. One good project from the day is I got the mower fixed with a little help from my Uncle Kenny and a lot of elbow grease. Mom got the lawn mowed, started it on that. We're gonna set a trap. Oh, I didn't tell you about that. Okay, so I told you about apples and a trap for a gopher. Well, we found a good sized hole right underneath the ramp of the leads up to the deck, which happens to be the corner where my studio opens to the crawl space. Yeah, not a good thing. So, Mom and I got some apples. We got a new trap yesterday, day before yesterday. Anyway, we got a new trap this week. We're gonna set it up with the apples right by the hole. Cross your fingers. We're gonna catch a gopher tonight and make sure that no critters get into my studio. So, that's what's going on here in central Iowa on the farm and in the new studio. And I can't wait to tell you about all the shenanigans that are going on when we meet again next week. Now, those of you that aren't on my email list, you really want to get on my email list. All you got to do is go to the website, you know, www.stabthingsintoexistence.com. You'll get on the email list and you'll get notified when things like note cards are coming to the studio, and they should be here by mid-September, and you can pre-order them now. And as a bonus, when you pre-order this set of five different designs, set of 5 cards, pre-order now, you're going to get an extra 2 cards, extra 2 designs, completely different designs than these 5. You can go to the website and see the 5 designs that are going to be in the note cards, and I'm keeping the 2 extras as special. But you can go and order those now, and as soon as I've got my hot little hands on them, I will get them packaged up and mailed out to you. So head over to the website. Things are happening, man. And not to mention, you got one more day of the 25% off sale. So head over to stepthingsintoexistence.com. I'm just saying. And I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Have a great night, everyone. And fusible buckram didn't work for wool, but might work for something. Talk to you soon. Bye.